This is their normal mode of operation. Modus operandi in these businesses is doing things that are pushing them a little bit faster than expected. There's a book called The Everything Store. It's about Jeff Bezos. I forget the guy's name who wrote the book, but it's not written by Jeff, but he gave inside access to, and Jeff Bezos is the guy who started Amazon, big CEO guy from Amazon. And in this book, it is, I believe it came from the book when this was first said, but Jeff Bezos rather, is famous for having said that if you're the type of person, he was talking to the people who are in leadership at Amazon, like the executive suite people. He said, if you're the type of person who wants to have work-life balance, don't come work here. Don't come work here. If you're the type of person who wants to be at all your kids' soccer games at 5 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday, do not take a job here, because that's not what we do here. Here is a place where you are not going to be balanced between life and work. You are going to be heavily tilted towards work. And I'm paraphrasing what he said, but this was the essence of his statement. You can go find the statement somewhere. He was letting them know, like, you are going to be uncomfortably tilted heavily towards work. And that's what everybody here does. And let me ask you a question, everyone. I'm out of the paraphrasing now. If everyone in your organization, even if it's just you, was heavily tilted towards doing as much as possible towards the business and the growth of the business, what do you think would happen to the growth of the business? I'll let you think about that while I recap today's points. And this is the first part in what's going to be a series on big business principles that small businesses should be using. And again, think of big companies like Apple, Nike, Google, and Amazon. These are companies we've all heard of and many of us do business with. I'm going to tell you some things that they do, and I'm going to tell you how you need to be adopting these same principles, again, even if you don't have the resources. Number one, they are always marketing. Marketing is what sets up the sale. Marketing is the relationship between the customer and the business. You need to always be staying in touch with the people in your audience. That's the only way they can ever get to the next part, which is point number two, always selling. All right, if you want to make money in your business, you must sell something. It must be an exchange. Notice that these big companies are always looking to sell you something. Apple and Amazon and Nike and Google, they all give you an opportunity to go to their website and buy something. But other companies like Rolls-Royce and Mercedes-Benz, you can't buy a car on the website. You got to go into the showroom. But the point is, they're setting you up for the sale. They're always looking for ways to move you to the sale. And they are often doing things that you don't even know that they're doing to get you closer to making that sale or getting closer to even having a conversation for a sale. You need to be doing the same in your business, giving yourself opportunities to give your audience the chance to give you money. If you don't give them the chance to give you money, then they can't give it to you. Point number three, multiple initiatives implemented at the same time. This is how the phenomenon gets triggered. Again, hat tip to Dan Kennedy for that. Apple has a bunch of things going on. Amazon, Nike, Google, they all have a bunch of things going on the backside that you don't even know about. 80% of you will never know about because they're not even going to make it to the market. But 20% of it you will find out about because those are the ones that are going to work. But they got to try 25 things at once to find the 5 things that might work. And you need to be doing a similar thing, maybe not on the same scale, but you need to be thinking in a similar way. This is why these companies are who they are. Tomorrow, we're going to go into part 2 of this series. And this is stuff that I like talking about and stuff that those of you who are in business, you really need to be thinking about this stuff, taking notes on this and asking yourself how you can implement it. And I'll tell you how you can best implement it is by joining me in Work on Your Game University, where you can have me as your direct coach with these principles that I'm breaking down for you. Of course, I know how to help you implement them. That's why I'm talking about them. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com as you listen to and re-listen to what I just told you here today. And then as you listen to the additional episodes in this series alone, and then every other episode that I put out here, go to workonyourgameuniversity.com, schedule a time to have a conversation with us so we can talk about how we can help you get from where you're at to where you want to go using principle. All right, and that's why we can get results for the people that we get, and from so many eclectic different backgrounds, from the health space to the food space, to online to offline, to the clothing business, to authors, to coaches and speakers, because we operate by principle. And that's why I can break these things down. So workonyourgameuniversity.com. And tomorrow we move into part 2 of this series. Work on your game. Dre all